It is Sir Justice yet again. And we're about to go ahead and tap in, man. Today, we are going to go ahead and get into Sagittarius in the sixth house and what that means, what that embodies, especially from like a health perspective. Of course, I'm going to shed light and tap in on the overall origin of the influence or whatnot. But I really want to hyper focus on health issues specifically. All right, so yeah, let's just talk about astrology for a minute, man. Astrology, it's very important, man. It's very important for us to get in, man. It is a very good tool and mechanism that we can use to tap into our own personal growth, right? It's kind of just like a roadmap, what I mean, that is designed to help you, highlight or indicate any things that need to be worked on or need to be unlocked as we continue riding on this wave through the matrix, right? It's grown extremely popular, because we're in the Aquarian age, and I feel like a lot of people are starting to really reach out and be curious about their chart. All right, so the best way to get an accurate natal chart is you gotta have the time that you were born and the city that you were born in. That's going to be able to give you this accurate blueprint. I enjoy the Placidus form because it gives you kind of that spot on direct degree reading of your astro chart. All right, so if you got that, get that, and go ahead and look yourself up, man, and figure out, even if it's from the basis of your big three, just find out what that sun, moon, rising is, and try to learn those and so on and so forth. All right, but this one is going to be a little bit more advanced, if you were a beginner, but so what? It's all gravy. All right, so Sagittarius in the sixth house, right? First of all, let's talk about the sixth house, man. What is the sixth house made up of or consist of? All right, so the sixth house, is all about work. It's all about health and work. As a continuum, your daily routines, your impact that you have directly on the community. All right, with that being said, we put little old Sagittarius into the sixth house. And what does that mean, right? Because Sagittarius, is the archer. You know what I mean? They're shooting for the stars, right? They're expanding. They're wanting to tap into the higher wisdom and the mystique. You know what I mean? They're into higher learning and education, and however they can do that, especially in like a philosophical way, they're looking to do that, right? So yeah, you'll see people with this placement, Sagittarius in the sixth house there. These people are going to be doctors, practitioners. These people are going to be lawyers and philosopher, people that that do big teachings, and maybe in theology. Maybe they're impacting the community by being a sage or somebody that people can lean to and come to for guidance, because they're obsessed in a way with the scriptures and the inner truth and the hidden knowledge. All right. So typically, if you are Sagittarius in the sixth house, you're going to be a Cancer rising. Mind you, there are exceptions to the rule, based on how far you might be to that cusp. But for the most part, most people that are Sag in the sixth house, they're Cancer rising people, right? With that being said, all right, you're going to have those influences of Jupiter, right? And Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, all right? It's big dog for real, for real. You can expect that with Jupiter being present, there's going to be some kind of need to expand or need to ascend or elevate, the mind and the intellect, right? So what does that mean as far as, health though, right? What is that? How does that relate, to this house of health? You know what I mean? Because this is really gonna this is really not only going to highlight, health issues that you might have, but it might even highlight perspectives that you have on your health. Like, for instance, this, not to get off topic, if you got, Scorpio in the sixth house, man, Scorpio is the investigator. You know what I mean? They're always looking to go really, really super deep. You know what I mean? They want to go all the way into the depths and unravel and uncover whatever mystery or unknown thing that might be. So Scorpio would be probably really prone to trying to really find out, why the human body reacts this way, and why, because they're trying to get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? They're trying to unravel and uncover those things. So yeah, with Sagittarius, I mean, you can imagine they're probably trying to do similar things, because Sagittarius is a very curious sign, right? It wants to understand, the anatomy. It wants to understand, the human body and how and what certain things affect others. All right, so the body parts that are associated with Sagittarius are the thighs, all right, the legs, all right, and the hips. All right. You can also, I mean, you could even say the lower back in there. All right. So these people are gonna be prone to, leg injuries. They might be prone to, maybe if a blood clot or something was to form, it's gonna be in that lower leg area, right? They might be susceptible to injuries with the legs, torn MCLs, torn ACLs, right? It sounds wicked, you know what I mean? It sounds kind of like superstitious, but this is what I mean about, really diving into your chart and understanding the influences that are at play. Always, these things are at play, regardless, whether if you're asleep, whether if you're awake, you know what I mean? These influences are how we kind of understand. These are the thunders, you know what I mean? These are the rulers, the people, that are in charge. So as Sagittarius is the ruler of those thighs and those legs and those hips, you got to make sure you keep those in check from a health perspective, because that's where your biggest problems can arise from. That's where, issues can pop up, you know what I mean, because of what house it's in, the sixth house, and that's the house of health, man. Let me know if that is confusing or if there's any more questions that y'all would like to know in regards to Sagittarius in the sixth house, man. Until next time, man, holla.